Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Trudes Teas here, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make this fully automatic full Roadsign kit crafter and implement it into your base. And it can also easily be implemented into an automatic locker system or any other storage system. So I'll be showing you step by step how you can do that today. And I'll be showing the deployables that you need on screen here right now, but it's going to be 26 industrial conveyors, 11 splitters, 9 combiners, 8 storage adapters, a small box, 2 large boxes, a locker, a tier 2, and 2 industrial crafters. And for this video, I'm going to be doing full Roadsign kits, so coffee can helmet, Roadsign jacket, Roadsign kilt, hoodie, pants, boots, and Roadsign gloves. But you can actually do other pieces with like this fully automatic system. You can implement it with a metal face mask, metal chest plate, jacket, riot helmet, snow jacket. There's all sorts of things you can do with it. Since the materials are like the same for most of the kit items, it's pretty easy to mix and match. And I can definitely show like other kit combinations in future videos if that's something you guys would want to see. You'll probably be able to apply it with this logic if you're a good electrician already, but I can definitely make other specific videos in the future if that's something people would be interested in. Just let me know down in the comments below. And there is some pros and some cons to this. So the main pro obviously is that you're going to have passive kits crafting that you're not going to have to worry about as long as you have the materials for it in your base. But the main cons are, since it's an industrial crafter, they're crafted without skins, so you have to manually skin them every time. And if one of your teammates is usually the one that skins stuff and you don't have them, then that might be a problem if they're not on or whatever. And the other big con is with the new armor update, when they added the armor slots and everything, unfortunately, armor pieces crafted with the industrial crafter will never have an armor slot. Like, not 1, not 2, not 3. They'll never have any. So you are sort of giving that up with this as well. But the passive kits is definitely a big plus. So it's all about if that's worth it to you or not. And this can also be easily implemented into any sort of storage system. Like, you can automatically have the needed materials coming into the materials box. You can have the crafted kits go wherever you want, whether it be lockers or just like other kit storage boxes, whatever you want it to be. After you get this set up, the output is pretty much for you to decide. In this video, I'll be showing you how to set it up to an automatic locker depot system that also automatically pulls the rocks and torches out. But again, you can do whatever you want. With all that out of the way, I just really quickly want to say thank you guys for the crazy support on my first video. It's doing really well, definitely motivating me to make more stuff. So thank you guys for all the support on that, and definitely show some love on this one too if you like it. I got some more stuff coming soon. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need for this is going to be a workbench. It's going to have to be at least a tier 2. It can also be a tier 3. So just put that down, the 2 industrial crafters on it. Then we're going to put down our box for the materials for actually crafting the kits, storage adapter. We're also going to put down the box the crafted kits are going to go into, storage adapter on that as well. Then we're going to go put a small box under the workbench with storage adapter on it. That's going to be for all the blueprints. We can just go ahead and put the blueprints in there right now. And then we're just going to go put a splitter around here with a conveyor pointing down, one pointing over here. That's going to be for the materials going into the crafters. Then over here we're going to have a combiner with another conveyor. That's going to be for the actual crafted kits going into the box here. Alright, then we're going to put 7 conveyors sort of pointing down, and this is going to be for the blueprints coming out of the crafters going back into the box. And then we're just going to put 3 combiners below here. And then we're going to go ahead and put 3 splitters above. Put a combiner sort of over here as well. Alright, then over here we're going to put 7 more conveyors pointing up, and this is going to be for the BPs coming out of the box going into the crafters. And then we're going to put 2 combiners sort of above these first 4 here. And then we're going to have one for these last 3. And then we're going to go put 3 splitters below. And then we're going to need 7 more conveyors pointing upwards. And these are going to be the sensor conveyors. And then we're going to want 3 splitters below those 2. Alright, so you're also going to need some electricity for this. It's going to be 26 electricity total just for the actual crafting stuff that you see here. But obviously you're going to need a little bit more to integrate it into like a locker depot system or something like that. So I'm just going to use a test gen since I'm on a creative server. But you'll be using like a large battery or something, obviously. And then we're just going to have 2 electrical branches and a splitter. And we will set that up in a second, but first we're going to go ahead and do the filters. So this part is really important. You're going to want to make sure that you keep the same order from left to right for all of the kit pieces on all of these sets of conveyors here. Otherwise it's going to get really confusing and just sort of mess things up. So the order that we're going to do for this is going to be coffee can helmet first, and for these ones you want to do the blueprint of it, not the actual item itself. So make sure you see the little blueprint behind it. Go ahead and apply, and then after that we're going to do the hoodie blueprint, apply. Then we're going to do the pants blueprint, apply. Then we're going to do the boots, Roadsign jacket, kilt, finally the gloves. So again, just make sure you keep that same order from left to right for all of these 3 sets of conveyors here. Just gonna make everything a lot simpler. Alright, so once we're at the sensor conveyors here, we're going to want to do the actual items themselves, not the blueprint for it. So make sure you click on the actual item, not the blueprint. And then you're going to want to do a maximum of 1 for the filter. And hit apply. Make sure you keep the same order and just do that maximum of 1 for every item. Alright, and then once you've got all those filters set up, we can just go ahead and set up the filters for the materials going into the crafters. So for the top material one here, since that's going to be handling the helmet, the hoodie, the pants, and the boots, we're going to go ahead and set up the filters to be cloth, leather, sewing kits, and metal frags. And we're gonna do 40 cloth, 20 leather, 1 sewing kit, and 60 frags. And then click apply. Just doing that so that it doesn't take all of the materials out of the box into the crafter. It's only going to take what it needs to craft the pieces. And then for the bottom one here, we're going to do leather, road signs, sewing kits, and we're going to do 20 leather, 2 road signs, and 2 sewing kits for the maximums. And just click apply. And then for this one over here, it's not going to need any filters because it's just going to pull all of the kits out of the crafters here and put them into the box. So that one's all good. And once you've got all the filters set up, we are ready to move on to the wiring. On the first electrical branch, we're just going to set that to 24. So that's what we're going to need for all of the conveyors here. And the second one, we're just going to need 2 for both of the crafters. So I'll go ahead and wire that up. Alright, and like you saw there, we're not actually going to go to the power in to all of these ones yet. We just want to go to the material conveyors, the crafted kit conveyor, and the sensor conveyors. And over here, simply going to take that to power, put it into the splitter, take one off of this one. Be that crafter's power. That'll be power for the top crafter. Okay, so now I'm gonna really recommend that you start using a color coding system with the wiring to make everything a little bit easier to follow, and it'll make a little bit more sense. So first, I'm gonna use red wiring for the filter fails on the sensors over here. So basically, like we set them up in the same order from left to right, it's going to make it a lot easier now for matching them up to the right one. So off of the sensor ones here, we're going to go to the filter fail. Again, using the red wiring, we're going to take that, and this is going to go to all of the blueprint output conveyors. So these ones right here. So we're just going to match up the first one here to the first one here. Now the second one to the second one here. Right, and then you should have something like that. All of these matched up to all of those. The filter fails going into the power input for these ones. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to green wiring. And then we're going to go for the filter pass. And this is going to go to the power inputs for the conveyors that are going to pull the blueprints out of the crafters and put it back into the box. Alright, and then once you've got all that wired up, we can start turning some stuff on. So you can go ahead and turn on the material conveyors, turn on the crafted kit output conveyors, turn on the sensor conveyors. These should start lighting up, and you can turn these on too. Then we're just gonna have to wait until we do the piping to be able to turn these ones on, but we'll do that in a minute. And now let's get right into the piping. Alright, so starting with the materials box, again, I'm going to color code this. Yellow is just going to be for the materials going out. This is going to go into the splitter here, which is going to go into these two conveyors, which is then going to go into the respective crafters here. And then I'm just going to switch it to orange for the actual crafted kit output pieces going out. And those are going to go into the combiner here, which goes into the conveyor, which goes into the box. And then over here for the kit sensors, we're going to have the output from the crafted kit box come over here into these splitters. Just like that. Alright, and after you've got the sensors all good, we're now going to switch to red. This is going to be for the blueprints coming out of the box. So this is going to come over here. It's going to go into this splitter system here. Into all these conveyors. Okay, and this part is really important. So the first four here, which is handling the helmet, the hoodie, the pants, and the boots, these are going to combine into these first two here. Like that. And this is going to go into the blueprints in for the top one here. Just like that. And then for these last three, they're going to go into their own combiner. And this is going to go to the blueprints in the bottom crafter down here. Just like that. Okay, and then for the blueprints coming out of the crafters here, we're going to switch to green piping for that. And these are first going to go back into this combiner here. And then from that combiner, it's going to go into this splitter system here, which is going to go into all these conveyors. And then all of these conveyors are going to combine here. This is going to go back to the blueprints in our blueprint box over here. Okay, so now that we have all the piping set up, we can actually go ahead and throw a full Roadsign kit into this box, and that should make the filter pass, which will enable us to turn on these ones here. So we'll just turn on all these conveyors so that everything's good to go. And then we can actually just take these out. Okay, so now all of the conveyors should be powered on, which is what we want. So that's just all good to go once we turn it on. And from this point, you should pretty much be good to turn these on if you want to start crafting the kits. And then once 2 full kits are in this box, it won't be crafting them anymore. It sends the signal to stop crafting them after it detects one, but it had already started crafting one by that point, so you'll have 2 kits, if that makes sense. But not a big deal, still a really nice system to have. And at this point, this is when you would implement it into your automatic locker system or something. So I'll just show you one of those quickly right now so you can see what that would look like. Alright, so first I'm just going to go ahead and set up a little bit more electricity for what I'm going to be doing over here. So I'm going to be using 2 more conveyors, so I'll just need another branch with 2 coming off of it. Alright, and then over here where I got my locker, I just threw another storage adapter on the armor box for the output coming out. You can just switch up the splitter system here to run it off of 1 storage adapter, but for simplicity of this, I'm just putting another one down. So first I'll just throw my storage adapters on the locker here, and then we're going to want 1 conveyor for telling what kits to put into the lockers. And then just as a little bonus, I always like to have a conveyor to automatically pull rocks and torches out of lockers, just to make that a little bit easier. So I'll show you what that looks like too. You're just going to need a little box or something with a storage adapter on it to collect all the rocks and torches out of the locker here. Okay, so first I'll take my pipe tool with the industrial out, and I'll switch it to orange since it's fully crafted kit items. And that'll be coming out of the kit box and into that conveyor right there. And then we'll have another splitter so that it hits every locker slot. And then we'll have a combiner for pulling the rocks out of each locker slot. So we'll go from there into here, and from here into each locker. But we'll just go into the splitters. Okay, now once you've got that set up, we'll just set up the filters for the kits. So obviously we're gonna have a coffee can helmet, Roadsign jacket, kilt, hoodie, some pants, some boots, and some Roadsign gloves. And we're going to want the maximum to be 1, because obviously we don't want it to put 7 helmets into the same locker slot. So this will just make it so that it depots 1 full kit into each locker slot here. So we'll just go ahead and click apply on that. Then over here, we're just going to change it to rock and torch so that it only pulls rocks and torches out of the lockers here. And then I'll just go ahead and wire up conveyors. Go ahead and turn those on. Once you've got everything good to go, just go ahead and make sure that you've got plenty of materials inside your material box here, so that it can actually craft stuff. And then we should be good to turn on the crafters, and everything should be working. Alright, so as you can see, after some time has passed, we automatically have 3 full Roadsign kits crafted and depoted into the locker here. And we've got some more stuff here in the barrel ready to go. And everything automatically stopped since it detected the kits in the box here. And you can easily have this go off into as many lockers as you want, so it'll keep crafting until all the lockers are full. And just to demonstrate real quick, the automatic rock and torch trash can here, if I go in, swap out for one of these kits, bang, there it goes right into the box. I'm fully kitted up, automatically puts the other one in there. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it, guys. I hope this helped you out. I know it's a bit of a complicated build, and like I said earlier, I only use this space here to help make everything a little bit easier to visualize for the tutorial, hopefully. But you can actually cram this all into a 1x1 space, so it doesn't need to take up a crazy amount of space inside your base. You just got to make sure that you're following everything with the wiring and the piping closely, because if you mess one thing up, it can be really hard to find where the problem is. But yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. Start going out with some full kits and not some hazies anymore. If this helped you out, definitely drop a like and subscribe. I got more Rust content on the way. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.